Hello, we're expecting a storm the next couple of days, so let's get into a survival seeds garden update. And I guess it'll be my final update video too, which is also going to be my first update video to get you out of the sun. All right, so my spin around here. There you go, blame me. So my spring survival seeds garden, I got my seeds planted. They were all doing very well. I put them outside to harden them off because they weren't doing that well. They reached a certain height and then they just stopped growing. So I thought I'd get them hardened off and put them out in the garden, put them outside in a protected area. I forgot about them and they all died. It's like, not again. So I finally decided, like towards the end of July, I'll see about maybe doing a late summer garden. And I'm in zone 9B, which we have a fairly late season. Our earliest frost date is December 1st, so I still got another month and a half before I really have to worry about frost. So I thought, go ahead and try to do a summer garden instead. There are some things that I was just way too late to try to start. The tomatoes and the peppers, there's no way I could start them from seed. I did try the Detroit beets. Not a one of them came up. So my additional plant that I was adding to the garden is okra. So the whole row I planted in okra. And got one okra plant that came up. And then a Detroit beet came up. So I did end up, let me get you up here like this. I did end up with one Detroit beet and one okra plant, which that's fine. The red kidney beans, I planted them directly in the ground. I had a little bit of issue with them when I was doing them in the seed pods. They were getting waterlogged and rotting instead of actually germinating. But they seem to be doing pretty well. Let me show you here. See, they're doing pretty well. I'm not sure if they're kind of getting beat up by insects. I am having issues with whiteflies. I was hoping that it's going to be late enough in the season that I didn't have to deal with whiteflies, but still have an issue with them. Oh look, Gardener Alaska's here with me. Here, kitty. Alaska. Alaska. What do you think of the garden, kitty? So, like I said, I knew I wasn't going to have enough time to start the peppers or the tomatoes from seed, but I did manage to find a Roma tomato at the Home Depot. So I did buy a Roma tomato. I did accidentally, I think I got one red one over here. Like I say, it's doing okay. I did accidentally set the water in this area on one of these plants, and I forgot it for several hours. It was one of those things that you're supposed to turn it off at 5 o'clock and it's, midnight, you remember. It's one of those things. So I ran out here and turned the water off. It's completely saturated here. I know tomatoes are not crazy about that much water. So I don't know. I'm having issues with everything being kind of small. I think it's because it's dirt. It's not soil, I guess. My soil is it's not up to par. This is an area that I've never planted in before. Thought I'd give it a try. I amended with some composted steer manure, and I thought hopefully that would give me enough nutrients for the plants to do well, and they're not doing that well. I did plant the sugar pie pumpkins. They're over here, and they're doing all right. Again, I think I'm having issues with the whiteflies. I've seen a few squash beetles, and I know squash beetles are not bad. No, I take that back. I know squash beetles are not good. Sprayed with some neem oil, that doesn't seem to really affect them very much. So yeah, since it's cooling down, it seems like I don't have as many out here, which is good. I did kind of feel bad later on because of all of the whiteflies that I had, because I had damselflies that were feasting on them. They thought it was a Golden Corral buffet. They thought it was a Golden Corral buffet every day. I hated to shut the buffet down on them. So I shared with them. They ate the leaves and I let them. The whiteflies ate the leaves, the damselflies ate the flies, and yeah, so the pumpkins, I got a couple. Cute little one there. Got one there that looks a little bit chewed up. I have a handful of, the pumpkins. I don't know what I'm going to do with them when they harvest because I'm not a fan of pumpkin pie. So I'm going to have to figure out some of the recipe to do with them that's not pumpkin pie. So yeah, that's my garden. Or that's my survival seeds garden. I have other tomatoes that are not doing all that well. I see this one right here finally has a tomato on it. Yay! And as you see, it's not a very big tomato. And actually, I've had that problem with all of my tomatoes that I've planted since I've been here on this property. So I need to do some soil tests, figure out what's going on with my soil, and what I need to add to it besides steer manure, because that obviously isn't cutting it. So yeah, that's going to be what I'm going to be working on. So anyways, that is my survival seeds update. I have some stuff this year which is better than last year, which was a complete and total failure. My late garden, my late summer garden, I still, like I say, have probably 45 days or so that I can grow. We've been having warm weather. We're going to have a couple of cool days here in the mid-60s, and then we're going to go back up to the mid-70s. And we're supposed to stay like that through the majority of November. We're not going to get cold until around like December 1st when it drops down into temperatures below 60. That's cold for us. So, like I say, got a few months to go, but the deadline is the 15th, so I'm going to get this in. This is my final, this is my update, this is my everything, my first, last, and only. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.